and also to join. Hello. Yes, sir. I'm just asking Ankur. Okay. Ankur, sir. Dr. Ankur.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Ankur, kindly unmute Dean, sir.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. I think now you can unmute yourself, sir. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. So, Dr. Ankur, maybe start now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. A very good afternoon to our distinguished guest, Mr. Krish Nayak, and all the participants who have joined us from across the globe. So, I, Arun Prakash Agrawal, welcome you all to this second version of this FDP, which is Recent Advances in Computer Science and Allied Domains. And first version of this FDP was organized in the month of June this year only. And now may I request our Dean, Professor Dr. Paramanand, to kindly share his views and formally welcome our guest, Mr. Krish Nayak. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Arun. And good afternoon, all of you, dear expert, Mr. Nayak, and all the participants. This is the second 1 week online international faculty development program. Of course, it is on a virtual mode, keeping in mind the pandemic time when the coronavirus is spreading in all over the world, and the cases in all the country are increasing. So this is the good way of connecting and transferring the knowledge of experts to all our participants. The topic of the workshop, that is recent advances in computer science and allied domains, RACSAD-2020, is very much relevant to today's world. Our team, I like to congratulate my team for bringing eminent personality from all quarter of the world for this workshop. Professor Jinsi Yang, Dr. Hardik Goel, Mr. Krish Nayak, then Mr. Ravikant Tyagi, Professor P.S. Rana, and Ms. Kamiya Khattar. We all know that in computer science and engineering, technologies are changing very fast. And to keep up with the modern technology, we need to be on toes, and we need to learn many things from our own or from other experts. Workshop, FDPs, conference are good platform from where we can exchange our ideas, we can exchange our knowledge, expertise to all those who are interested in. The first FDP on this topic was most successful. Even in the last session, almost all the participants were participating and they were present. In this workshop also, we are able to get together more than 400 participants, and everyone is keen to learn from the experts which are on our FDP platform. Without wasting too much of time, once more I like to thank and congratulate Department of Computer Science and all the faculties who are involved in organizing this conference. And I wish and I'm sure that at the end of this FDP program, all of us are going to get our knowledge. And th thank you so much. Thank you, and hand over to Dr. Arun.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your kind and inspiring words. And I'm telling you that it has not been possible. It has never been possible without your guidance and support, sir. And a very warm welcome to our HOD, Dr. Nitin Rakesh. He has also joined us, and I would like him to share his views on this FDP and formally welcome our guest, Mr. Krish Nayak. Dr. Nitin, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Arun. On behalf of Department of Computer Science, I welcome all the guests, eminent speakers of this workshop of this FDP. And I welcome all the participants from various parts of the world, which make it possible, this FDP, to be more sharing, resource sharing from all the speakers. The knowledge can be imparted to different part of the world. The expectation from this FDP is that we are going to promote a conceptual clarity of importance of applications of innovations of various scientific teaching techniques among the participants. We are expecting that this FDP will successfully make all the participants a researcher who can actually think out of box and can take these knowledge in the class curriculum and can work on the class outcomes such a way that the syllabus is not the boundary, and they can think of beyond the classroom to motivate the student for accepting various challenges for innovation work, including research and other product based activities. This FDP is intensely formulated for our faculty members. We have also included the PhD scholars, our MTech scholars. All are the part of this FDP, and they are attending. I wish all of them a very best for learning, and all the days they must encash with all the knowledge given by all the resourceful speakers. I once again welcome our speaker Krish Nayak to this FDP and greet him a wonderful session for this FDP starting. Thank you everyone, and also congratulate the team of FDP working for this wonderful simulation of different intellect at one platform. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Nitin, for your motivational words and all the support extended in organizing this FDP. Now, let me formally introduce or just showcase this FDP to our audience. So, a very good afternoon to all the participants. Myself, Dr. Arun Prakash Agrawal, member of the organizing committee of this FDP. First of all, allow me to congratulate the School of Engineering and Technology, Sharda University, for organizing this second version of such an international event, that too in the times of this pandemic. First version of this FDP was organized in the month of June, as I told you earlier also, We are fortunate enough that we have such an impressive lineup of speakers today as well as down the line in next 5 days. This would have not been possible without continuous guidance and support by our Dean, Professor Dr. Parmanand, and Head of the Department Computer Science and Engineering, Dr. Nitin Rakesh. My sincere thanks to both of you, sir. It would be wrong on my part if I do not congratulate my fellow organizers, Dr. Ankur Chaudhary, Dr. Vishal Jain, Dr. Gaurav Raj, and Mr. Abhishek Singh Verma, and thank them for their active involvement in organizing this FTP. I would also like to thank the participants of this FDP for registering themselves, as no event can be conducted without active participation of the audience. We have received participation from almost 16 countries, including US, UK, Canada, Australia, Malaysia, Oman, Sri Lanka, UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Serbia, to name a few. And if we talk about India, we have received participation from almost every state and from more than 100 universities. We have faculties, research scholars, PG students, as well as people from industry working as software professionals as participants in this FDP. We have more than 400 participants registered in different categories. This clearly shows how relevant the theme of this FDP is: recent advances in computer science and allied domains. We have not restricted ourselves to a specific topic. Theme of the FDP obviously is of great importance, not only for the computer scientists, but also for the people working in allied domains. Sharda University is more than happy to host this event. I am doubly pleased about this opportunity to talk to you today, not just from an organizer's point of view, but also from a personal point of view. You will get a chance to listen to people who are supreme in their respective domains during these 6 days. Today itself, we have with us Mr. Krish Nayak, who is Chief Innovation Officer at iNeuron.ai, which is in Bangalore, urban Karnataka, India. Down the line, you will listen to Dr. Hardik A. Gohel, who is a principal investigator with Applied Artificial Intelligence Unit, University of Houston, Victoria. Dr. Jin Shi Yang, Reader in Modeling and Simulation, Middlesex University, UK. Ms. Kamya Khattar, Associate Editor, Applied Sciences and Engineering, Springer, India. Mr. Ravikant Tyagi from Brain Mentor Private Limited, India, and Professor P.S. Rana from Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Patiala. We will also be having a lecture by Dr. Masood Mohammadin, Associate Dean, Education at University of Canberra, Australia. Having such a galaxy of speakers, my dear friends, I'm quite confident that each one of you will definitely get benefited by attending this FTP. With this, let me now introduce our guest and first speaker of the FDP, Mr. Krish Nayak. He is such a famous personality in the field of AI that introducing him is like showing a lantern to the sun, even though it's my duty to formally welcome and introduce the speaker to the audience. Mr. Krish Nayak is currently working as Chief Innovation Officer at iNeuron.ai Bangalore. He is a lead data scientist, motivational speaker, and mentor, having 250,000 subscribers. He has also worked as a lead data scientist, pioneering in machine learning, deep learning, and computer vision. He is an educator and a mentor with over 8 years of experience in the industry. He also runs a YouTube channel, which I'm sure that many of you are already aware of. In his YouTube channel, he explains various topics on machine learning, deep learning, and AI with many real-world problem scenarios. He has delivered over 30 tech talks on data science, machine learning, and AI at various meetups, technical institutions, and community-arranged forums. His motive is to make everyone familiar of ML and AI. He has a proven track record of working as an IT professional with 9+ years of experience in software development and project implementation as a lead data scientist, machine learning, and deep learning developer. With this, I now hand over to Mr. Krish, who will delve deeper into the subject and will speak on the topic how to start with data science and implementation of end-to-end ML projects with deployment. With this, may I now invite Mr. Krish to kindly deliver his keynote address and wish you all a very successful FTP with insightful discussions. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you, sir. Over
Um,
to you, Dr. Krish.
thank you, Arun sir, and thank you everyone for inviting me over here. I see many people over here, right, and many of them are seniors to me. So again, that gives me an amazing opportunity to talk in front of you and definitely share my knowledge as much as I can. So I'm just going to share my screen with you all. Arun sir, can you help me to share
Yeah.
my screen if possible?
Dr. Ankur, please allow the screen sharing.
Yeah.
You
I
can do it.
Yes. So we'll just first of all go and understand like how I'm going to take up this particular session. What are the important things that I'm going to cover up, and I'll also be telling you about our recent work that we have done extensively in the field of AI. This is just one of the example which is completely from end to end implemented, and I have also created a small PPT to just tell you about some of the things. Over here, you can see this particular PPT. I'll just be discussing about AI, ML, and some of the basic things. I hope everybody knows that. But just to start with, I'll initially take around 15 to 20 minutes explaining this. Then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you one of the project. This was basically used in the agriculture sector to understand what kind of like basically to detect diseased cotton leaves. Okay, and based on that, how much pesticides we can use, or what are kind of pesticides we can use, or is there any other way to prevent it. This we actually integrated with drones. Okay, so this was one of the image classifications extensively we did, and we were able to get somewhere around 98% of accuracy. I will just be going through this particular code and just to show you that how we create an end-to-end application. But this is already integrated with IoT devices, which I cannot definitely show you here. But some of the examples of IoT devices, I'll be showing you some of the YouTube videos which we have actually recorded. We'll just go through this particular videos. Like some of the example is like Google Coral, and you have different devices like Jetson Nano. We did some different tasks like helmet detection. So this is some of the examples, like how we basically say, okay, this is the image classification that we do in an IoT device like Google Coral. So here you'll be able to see that it will be able to detect different images. So you can see over here different objects and images can be easily detected. And apart from that, if I go ahead with this kind of example, which is called as helmet detection, we also did this, and we have successfully integrated with one of the company's basement, where people are actually talking about helmet detection. So this part, you can see that whenever a person wears a helmet, it will be correctly detecting, okay, the helmet is detected. And this all has been integrated with some analytics reporting. Understand that there's one bigger client. What we did is that we put this whole technology in the basement of there, and every day they get the reports that how many people are wearing the helmet and coming and doing all the other things. So these all things has already been implemented. So I'll just go through this at the last to begin with. And yes, I'll also be taking up questions once I complete this session. I know you will be having probably many questions, so I'll try my level best to tell you all about it. Before going ahead, what are the agenda of this particular session that we are going to see? So as I said, we'll try to understand the importance of data, importance of AI in industries, AI versus ML versus DL versus data science, open source libraries, cloud platforms, and use of AI in various domains. Okay, so we are going to cover all these things, and apart from that, I'm also going to show you the practical application. Now, before going ahead, I'll just introduce about myself. So my name is Krish Nayak, and I have been uploading videos in YouTube to teach regarding various analytics things, right? Let it be data science, machine learning, deep learning, everything. Everything is available in YouTube. I've uploaded more than 750 videos in a time span of 2 years. Recently, I have joined iNeuron, where I'm actually working as a chief innovation officer. Before that, I used to work as a lead data scientist in Panasonic IIC, that is Indian Innovation Center. And I've worked in companies like Honeywell, Sapient, in ENY, right? So this was all my entire career, and my total years of experience is somewhere around, I'm going to complete 9 years in December 14th. And I've given many talks, I have taught many people, I have given a lot of corporate trainings, and still we are focusing. Again, my main aim is basically to make everyone familiar with the AI and the use of it. It's quite important that we should know how AI can be used for a lot of benefits purpose. It can do our work a lot easier. So right now, as a chief innovation officer in iNeuron, I do work on product innovations, product developments, and apart from that, I am also a mentor, which we teach students who are actually looking for jobs, like college students and all. So we also take care of that. We provide a lot of internships. So right now, currently in iNeuron, more than 1,000 uh, people are working as interns on various products, and they all are from colleges, like they are third year, fourth year college students. So they are working in our live products so that they get that particular experience, and we provide them that particular opportunity with respect to that. So this was all about me, a small brief introduction. So let's understand the importance of AI in industries. Now, if you go back somewhere around 10 to 15 years back, that time when the companies were moving into the internet world, they started making websites, they started going into the online industry. At that time, the major concern was that how could they efficiently store the data, because the data that was getting created was huge. And at that time, the type of database systems that they were using, had a lot of problems, because right now in this particular industry, whenever we talk about data, right, data can be of any type. It may be images, it may be some text data, it can be tabular data, it can be different kind of various data, right? So it can be a SQL and NoSQL database, right? Data in short. So because of that, the researchers started thinking, the company started coming with a conclusion that we need to find out an efficient way to store the data. At that time, big data was quite famous. It had come over there, and many companies started moving towards the big data Hadoop ecosystem, because they could save the data in a much more efficient way. Now right now we are in 2020. Now, if I talk about around 4 to 5 years back, now companies started thinking that, okay, we have this much data efficiently stored in our ecosystem. Can we use this particular data and make some amazing things? If you take an example of Google, if you take an example of Netflix, right? What Netflix is actually doing, I'll just take a simple example of Netflix, right? The kind of recommendation it is providing based on the user behavior, right? It's an amazing thing. Suppose there are some movies that needs to be recommended to the front user who is using that particular app. If he gets the right kind of right kind of movies recommendation, then he'll definitely watch. And again, the main aim of the Netflix application is that the user should join the subscription plan, and they should be using the app for a longer period of time. And nowadays, if I just see, comparing to my friends, everyone, right, they love Netflix because they, at the free time, they'll try to see the movies. Whenever they're traveling, they'll try to see the movies, right? This is one amazing example of OTT platforms, right? Now, if I take the example of Google, I think those are having the hugest database. The type of research that are going with respect to the AI is also pretty much amazing, right? One better example, the YouTube ads that is shown to the user, right? It's an amazing way. So all these things, what is the major aim of this? See, they have huge amount of data. Now they are doing something to that particular data to find out this kind of outcomes. They are building some amazing products based on the data that is there. So there is a fact over here. It says that at the beginning of 2020, the digital universe was estimated to consist of 44 zettabytes of data. By 2025, approximately 463 exabytes of it would be created every 24 hours worldwide. So right now, data is the new oil. Every economy, trust me, is running because of the data, apart from the other things. But data has become a very important sector, right? Now, coming to the next thing, this is just a basic thing to make you just understand about AI versus ML versus DL versus DS, because still many people are confused, because someone will say that, okay, I'm an AI engineer. Okay, I will say that, okay, I was a lead data scientist. Okay, someone may say that, okay, I'm a deep learning developer, or I'm an ML engineer. So there are a lot of confusion with respect to this. So we'll try to understand this. Now, the entire scope over here, you can see that the major rectangle shape that you can see is basically artificial intelligence over here. So at the end of the day, you are actually creating an AI application. Always remember, whether you use machine learning, whether you use deep learning, Whether you use data science techniques, at the end of the day, you are creating an AI application. If I take an example of Netflix, it is an AI application. If I take an example of Amazon.in, it is an AI application because it is providing you some recommendation based on the data, of the user. The data can be anything, how it may be personalization, it may be how the user is behaving, how the user is giving its input to the app, right? Based on all those things, decisions will be taken. So in short, if I talk about AI, AI allows the app to work by itself without any human intervention. That is what I would like to suggest an AI is. Okay. Now, there are different types of AI also, right? My computer, it can be considered as rule-based system. That is also an AI, but there it is waiting for the input from the human being. Then only it is being able to take the action, right? But in the case of AI, it will not be waiting for the human intervention. It will be taking the decision by itself. Now, coming to the next thing about the machine learning, right? Now, in this, the machine learning over here, you'll be able to see that it is the subset of AI. Okay, it is the subset of AI. And the major aim of the machine learning is that it provides stats tool to analyze the data, to do data analysis on that specific data, to create some amazing predictive models, right? To create some amazing predictive models. It may be an clustering models, it may be recommendation models, right? So that is the main aim. Machine learning is providing you stats tool. Now internally, if you probably know any of the machine learning algorithms like linear regression, logistic regression, what are all those things? Those are some algorithms, right, in the back end, and they are using some statistics concepts within them, right? So machine learning in short is basically providing you stats tool to understand the data, analyze the data, and to create a lot of predictive modelings. That is the major aim of machine learning. And again, there are different types of machine learning, like supervised machine learning techniques, unsupervised machine learning techniques, reinforcement machine learning techniques, and with various categories of machine learning is also there. Now coming to the next part, which is called as deep learning. Now in deep learning, now I'll just go back somewhere to 1950s or 1960s. Okay. At that time, researcher thought that can we make the machine learn like how we human being learn? Okay. Like how we learn things. Suppose I'm seeing an object of a cat or a dog. I'll be able to visualize it, right? Okay. It is a cat or a dog, right? How? So that technique, they thought that can we implement something like that? So deep learning is basically to mimic the human brain, right? How human brain works, we are also going to mimic in that particular way, and we are going to make that things work. So in deep learning, we will specifically focus on multi-neural networks, how we create a neural network, like how our neurons work, right, within our head. Suppose I'm seeing an object, how the signals gets processed, and then finally how the person is able to visualize that particular object or solve any problem or remember anything, right? It is completely based on that, right? So deep learning in short is basically to mimic the human brain. Now this is the diagram that you can see. First of all, I have AI, then machine learning, then deep learning, right now deep learning has become very, very famous. The reason is only for two specific reasons. Okay. The first reason is that you have huge amount of data. The second reason is that technological advancement. Now you'll be able to get GPUs, right? You'll be able to get GPUs. I'm sorry for my handwriting, but you'll be able to get GPUs with a very, very, very small cost, right? Now, if you want to, and if I talk about some of the industries, like if I talk about Google Colab Pro, they just charge $10, and they'll allow you to access their GPUs every month. So every month only $10 is basically charged. They'll give you a cloud platform. Over there you'll be able to execute all your code and do that. So because of technological advancement and this, deep learning is becoming pretty much familiar. The amount of research that is happening in deep learning is pretty much awesome. So some of the techniques, recent research that we have seen already, right? So now they are able to do something called as deep fakes, right? Deep fakes. Like I have two pictures, right? A person, two videos talking, right? We can intermix those videos, and we can, suppose even though I'm not talking something, right? They'll make me talk something like that. So that all of things are possible. There's applications like GAN in deep learning. A lot of natural language processing techniques is also going on with respect to this. If you have seen recent Google advancement in natural language processing, there are various things that have come up. GPT-3, one of the OpenAI tool that had actually come up, right? Library that also had made a huge amount of buzz, because that GPT-3 is actually allowing you to do a lot of transfer learning techniques in natural language processing, right? And many more things, right? Now, considering this, many people also have a confusion that then where does data science come into this picture? Now, data science is a part of everything, guys. Whenever I call myself as a data scientist in the real world industry, the manager, the person who has actually hired you, may give you a deep learning work. He may give you a machine learning work. He may give you a task to create an AI work. Okay, AI app. Okay, and this particular AI app is basically, I'm talking about the model deployments into the servers and all. Right. So as a data scientist, you really have to do different kind of works. That is just not restricted to one or the other thing. Okay, so this was some basic example with respect to this. Now, the same thing I have explained over here. What is artificial intelligence? One very good application of artificial intelligence that I want to say is conversational AI chatbots. Nowadays, you go to every website, there will be a chatbot ready, right, to communicate with you. That is the extensive use case. And right now, every website, every growing company's website will be having that particular chatbot. It has become an amazing use case. Even in one of the research paper, they had given that specific, they had named that particular use case extensively to learn like how conversational AI chatbots have changed the business around, right? So all those things are pretty much amazing. So this was regarding AI, machine learning, right? Then you have deep learning. So same thing I have actually included. In deep learning also, you have something called as computer vision. See, in deep learning, you have three basic neural networks. One is artificial neural network, one is convolution neural network, and one is recurrent neural network. Whenever your input data is in the form of images, video frames, and all, at that time you basically use deep learning techniques. Okay, you basically use convolution neural network, right? So that is where computer vision will come into existence. Suppose you are doing in natural language processing, some of the things are like speech recognition, audio recognition, right? So all these things are actually there. And I'll just be telling you about the domains where it is being used, guys. Right now, literally, if you have a problem statement, you can definitely use AI techniques into it. So data science is a technique that can be applied in any domain. Okay, that is the thing you should always remember. Now, one more thing, many people again have a perception that saying that data science, whenever I talk about data science, they'll just be thinking that, okay, I have to create model. It's all about model building. Okay, we just use an algorithm, we train the data with that particular model, and we just create the model. It is not like that, guys. It is a combination of various things, right? You need to know maths and statistics. You need to know the previous traditional research that you have actually done. You need to know machine learning. You need to have knowledge of computer science or IT branch subjects, right? The best subject is programming language, right? So I know Python programming language is the most readily used programming language because it has huge abundant number of libraries. But other than that, if you have some basic programming language that is available in computer science or IT, like data structures is important, competitive programming may be important, right? And considering that, you also have domain or business knowledge. This is the most important thing. This is the most important thing. In my real time industry experience, guys, in my 9 years experience, right, I have literally failed in 2 projects. Okay, the 2 projects got scrapped. The reason was that we did not have the enough domain or business knowledge. We created the model, but when that particular model went into the production, it started failing, right? So that was my failure, because the reason is that the problem statement that we are working was it was completely on a new domain, right? And definitely, if we are going to work in that particular domain, we will be requiring definitely help. So in each and every project nowadays, in data science project, there will be a domain expertise or a product owner who will be providing you knowledge about what kind of work needs to be done. As suggested, guys, now for the people who are already doing the PhD and all, they definitely will be having a lot of domain knowledge into the area that they are working. And for those people, they will be easily hired by companies, where they will be focusing on creating new products, right? So this domain of business knowledge is pretty much important for everyone. Yes, for the people who are starting it, and as a data scientist, if someone says you have to work in that domain, you have to go and work in that domain. You cannot say that, okay, I'm an expert in finance, I just want to work in finance domain. So considering this, my overall experience, right? I worked in sales domain, logistic domain, e-commerce domain, retail domain, insurance domain. So different domains I have worked on because my client wanted that particular project to be implemented, right? So because of that, I was able to work in multiple domains, and I know the challenges that we usually face are because of this domain or business knowledge. If you don't have that, it is very difficult to implement any projects. Okay. Now, the types of machine learning, as I told you, supervised machine learning, unsupervised reinforcement. Supervised, I'll just give you an example by this diagram. Now, see, in supervised learning, you'll be having labeled data. Now, what is this labeled data? Labeled data basically means that suppose I have this shape like this, right? Square. So I will be labeling that, okay, this is a square image, this is a triangle image, this is a hexagon image. And then considering this labeled data, I'll train with my model. And after that, whenever I give my new test data, it will do the prediction. It will then predict whether it belongs to square or triangle. This is in short a supervised machine learning. That basically means you will be having a labeled data. Okay, you will be having a labeled data. You will be knowing what will be the output of that specific data, and based on that, you will be training the model. Now, when I say about model training, that basically means you will be using different type of machine learning algorithms to train your model. You'll try to see the performance metrics, and then you'll finally come to a conclusion. Okay. Now, similarly, in the case of unsupervised, in unsupervised, you will not have any kind of labeled data. So like this, your input raw data will be there. The interpretation will be done. The algorithms will be getting applied. And finally, you'll be able to get clustered data. Okay. So finally, you'll be able to get clustered data over here as your output. Okay. Now, coming to the reinforcement machine learning. So reinforcement machine learning is just like a semi-supervised machine learning. Initially, you'll be getting some data for the model to be training, and later on, the model will be learning by itself, based on the environment. Like suppose I'm driving a car. Okay, a bot is driving a car. Suddenly, if a turning comes, the bot should be able to turn the car, right? So automatically, based on the environment, it will be learning things through these three parameters. One is state, reward, and action, right? So whenever a turning comes, the bot will make the turning and he will be getting a reward. And again, the main aim of this particular agent will be that he'll try to maximize the rewards, the number of rewards. And this is also a recent, very good things are going on in this, guys. Some of the example, I think you have heard of AlphaGo games. That has actually, the bot has actually defeated the best player, the champion who was there in that specific game. He has also defeated in that. A lot of robotics work that are going on is basically on reinforcement learning, right? Now, in machine learning algorithms, you have various algorithms like linear, polynomial, decision tree, random forest. Basically, in supervised, you have two types: regression and classification problems. So based on this particular algorithms are you have in clustering, you have in reinforcement, you have also specific algorithms for finance also, like hidden Markov model and all, right? Now, considering this, here also you have something called as what is the work of a data scientist. This is very important to understand. Whenever a data science project is there, okay, initially step that will happen is basically the requirement gathering. In this requirement gathering, the domain expertise product owner and the business analyst will be interacting with each other and will be jotting down all the requirements. After this, when the requirements is given to the data analyst or data scientist, this data analyst along with the domain expertise product owner, they will be doing the discussion and they'll try to find out from where they should be taking the data, whether the data is present within the company or whether they should be dependent on any third-party APIs or not. So once they do this specific discussion, they will try to store that particular data in a database by through some mechanism. It may be a Hadoop database, it may be Amazon AWS S3 buckets, it can be anything, right? So finally, you'll be able to see that there will be some cloud or third-party APIs also that will be integrated, and with the help of big data engineering, they'll basically provide that particular data to the big data engineering team, and the big data engineering team will store that data efficiently, right? Coming to the next part, this is the work of a data analyst. Now, data analyst is also there, data scientist is also there. Now, in the previous slide, we saw that, okay, our data is being stored in our database, like in the big data engineer by the big data engineering team. After that, this particular data is taken by the data analyst. He or she will be doing the exploratory data analysis. Then they will be creating a reporting tools. This reporting is basically based on analysis. What kind of analysis they see? Like one of the good example of a data analyst, I'll say. Suppose I'm a data analyst. I'm working for a bank. Now I have some amount of data and I need to find out on a specific area, should I come up with a proposal of creating a new ATM machine over there? Because I'll just try to find out whether people are taking out money from that particular area or not. Suppose I'll do this particular analysis, and then I will be giving this all information to the stakeholders. Then the stakeholders, by seeing this report, will be taking the decision whether we should go with a new ATM machine in that particular area or not, right? So this is just one example. We have to analyze, we have to see that how many people are actually taking out money from that particular area, from the ATM, whether we'll be able to remove our cost, at least the cost that we are putting up in setting up that particular machine, right? Now this was the work of a data analyst, and always remember, a data scientist can also do a work of a data analyst, while as the data analyst cannot do the work of a data scientist. Okay, always keep that point in mind. Now here we come with as a life cycle of a data science project. Now in life cycle of a data science project, we do various things. One is feature engineering. In feature engineering, we take the raw data, we do the data analysis, we handle the missing values, we handle outliers, we do normalization and standardization. Then we have feature selection. In feature selection, we use some of the statistical concepts like correlation, forward elimination, backward elimination. Now why this step is necessary? Because in my data set, I may have 1,000 features. Not each and every feature may be important, guys. Okay, we will be using only some of the features. So in order to find out which features are important, I may use one of this particular technique. Then we do the model training over here, where we create our model by using various techniques like grid search CV, randomized search CV, Keras tuner, bias and optimization, genetics algorithm, and Optuna. So there are some of the automated hyperparameter tuning techniques also. Then we do the Dockerization. Then we do the model deployment. The model deployment can be done in any servers like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, Heroku. And then we have a model monitoring and retraining approaches, like how to retrain our model and all whenever the new data is coming. That approach also will be. So this in short is the work of a data scientist in the life cycle of a data science project. In this part, they will be continuously monitoring things. They'll be continuously seeing things, whether the model is performing well or not, right? So this was the thing. Now, what are the open source libraries that are used in ML and DL? And one more thing that I want to specify, guys, is sometimes there will be problem statements that will be coming in a company where probably those kind of machine learning algorithms is not available to solve that business use case. So in that particular case, we have to create our own new machine learning algorithm. And for that, again, that is again a very difficult task. You need to have knowledge of statistics. You need to have knowledge of that specific domain. Recently, in my previous company in Panasonic IAC, I created one algorithm. That algorithm was for a specific time series data. We needed to find out patterns in that particular data. Okay, so recently I had done that, and this was only possible when I invested around 6 months on that particular project. Just understand that how much domain knowledge I had to gather for doing it. Now, some of the open source libraries used in machine learning are like NumPy, Pandas, Spark, Keras, TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, PyTorch. PyTorch was developed by Facebook, as you all know. If I talk about TensorFlow, this was developed by Google. Then I have Pandas, sklearn. These all are like open source, which is provided to you all, which you can also use it and train your models. Okay. Now coming to the cloud platforms used, as I said, that deployment is a major thing. How the Netflix is basically able to give me the recommendation. That basically means that whatever model we create, we have to deploy that in a server and then expose that as an API to the front end application. Let it be a mobile app, web app, and all. So that particular front end app will be providing a request and it will be sending you the response, right? Now, that kind of deployments can be done in different servers. Like you have Microsoft Azure, AWS, Google Cloud Platform, Cloud Foundry, Heroku. I have worked in all this kind of servers. In my previous company, we used to work in AWS. Probably in previous, when I was working in Honeywell, I used to work in Microsoft Azure, right? So it depends on companies to companies what they are actually using. Okay. And right now we are using this 3. In iNeuron, we are using this 3. That is Microsoft Azure, AWS, and Google Cloud Platform. Now, coming to the CI/CD pipelines, this is basically to create a pipeline for the end-to-end application, because we need to move from different stages to different stages like UAT, production, and all those things, right? So for that, we use these tools, which is called as Circle CI and Jenkins, right? Now, this is the very important thing, use of AI in various domains. As I said, that AI is a technique that can be applied in any domain. So you have e-commerce, retail, traveling domains, sales, finance, social media platform, healthcare, banking, cybersecurity, and logistics, right? And based on this, these are the techniques that is basically used, and you can add many more. Recently, in that IPL matches that had happened, I had seen some of the people who are working as data analysts in various franchisee. Okay, they are checking the how the performance of the player is, that what is the best combination of the team in the next game. Based on that, they will be making that particular decision. It's all completely on data, guys. Okay. Now, these are some of the examples, like image classification, customer retention, identify fraud detection, diagnostic, market forecasting, estimated life expectancy, population growth prediction, weather forecasting, advertising popularity prediction, and many more, right? So these are some of the use cases that you can check out over here. Now, coming to the next thing, guys, what I'm going to do is that I am going to show you an example. Now, this problem statement, what we did is that we integrated, we wanted to find out suppose I'll just show you how the data set was like. Okay. So just a second, cotton disease. Okay. So this is the data set that we basically have. Okay. So this data set is all about different diseased leaves, with respect to cottons. And we need to create an image classification so that we'll be able to identify which leaves is basically bad or false. And basically you can also integrate forward with adding functionalities like how can we solve this particular problems, or what kind of pesticides we can use, and this is being integrated with drones, guys. Okay, so drones, they fly throughout the thing, they'll be doing live capturing, then they will be sending that data to the backend. Okay, so these are the data sets. You can see that I have somewhere around 4 categories of the data set: diseased cotton leaf, diseased cotton plant, fresh cotton leaf, and fresh cotton plant. Okay, so these 4 categories are there, we need to identify it. So this is the data set that we have. You can see the whole data set is present over here. There's a huge data set, and this data set has been taken from Kaggle, guys, which is a free sharing platform with respect to data sets. So you can see all the data sets over here. So these are the leaves, right? Different leaves. You can see over here, right? Now, considering this leaves, one of the application, as I said, that AI is being used in agriculture. A lot of research things are doing. And this is the code that we have done, we have written in order to train the model. So here you can see that training of the model is done. The accuracy, you can see over here, right? The accuracy, you're getting somewhere around, the validation accuracy is 1. The training accuracy is 96%. You can see over here, right? The training. So if I go and see over here, see this. So when I'm plotting this graph, this blue line is basically telling our training loss. The loss should be decreasing. The validation loss should also be decreasing. In case of accuracy, this blue line says the accuracy. The accuracy is somewhere around 95%. See this, 95%. And this was somewhere around, the validation accuracy was somewhere around the 98 to 99%. Okay, so this was the training that we had actually done, and we had saved this particular model. Itself. Okay, and this model, when we saved it, how this model will look like? This model will look like something like this, guys. See this. I'll show you how the model file will look like. So this is my model file. It will be a serialized format file. So here is my H5 file. See this. This is my 80 MB file. If you open with Notepad++, okay, like this data will be coming. So this is basically a serialized format. You'll not be able to understand what is happening inside this. Okay, so many people say that, okay, the models are basically black box, but it is not black box. There are a lot of functionalities that are happening inside this. Okay, but you cannot open this once you train it. Okay, this will be completely in the serialized format. Okay, now after this, here you'll be able to see that, if I go to my problem statement, now once I've trained my model, I can create my deployment functionalities like this. So this is my entire deployment code, and I have written it with the help of Flask framework. Okay, this is completely written with the Flask framework. we are loading the model. See this model path we are given over here. We are loading the model, and then we are predicting. We are predicting over here. See model.predict on the image that we are providing. And whatever prediction comes, we are basically displaying a message saying that the leaf is a diseased cotton leaf, whether it is a cotton plant, whether the leaf is a fresh cotton plant, or this one. But this is just a prediction way. This you can integrate with your drone. You can integrate with various things, right? Now coming to this, you see this particular example. So here is my example. Okay. So here what I've done is I have created a simple web application. And in this web application, all I have to do is that provide my images. Suppose I provide this image, right? And if I do the prediction, see this, what will happen if I do the prediction? Now, the prediction says that the leaf is a diseased cotton leaf, right? So I have given a diseased cotton leaf, so it is able to predict. Similarly, if I give some other thing, see, this is the diseased cotton leaf. Suppose I give one more category like this. So, and if I do the prediction, see, the leaf is diseased cotton leaf. So fast it is giving the response, right? Now, same, what is happening over here? Here I'm giving my image. The model is deployed in my local. See, in my local basically means the model is running over here. I'll also show you. See, model is running over here. This is a model that is running over here. In server, right now, I did not deploy in the server in front of you. I deployed it in my local environment by running just that app.py. Now here you can see that this is giving my inputs over here, right? What is the success? What is the thing that is happening? All these things are logs, right? These all are logs. Whatever I'm getting over here is basically logs, right? Now the same thing is happening over here. What is happening? Once we click on predict, it will go and hit the model. Then I'll get the response. And by that response, I'm getting this particular output, right? So based on this, you'll be able to see that we have simply created an image classifier with the help of deep learning techniques like CNN. Okay. Now, not only this, guys, there are a lot of applications that we have done. Now, this was one of the helmet detection we had done with the help of camera, right? So person is wearing, it will automatically detect these things, you know. There's also something called as hand detection with Coral. Okay. So Google Coral is an IoT device, just like Jetson Nano. So here you'll be able to see hand detection. See this particular image. This is also an amazing thing that we had done, and we also recorded it. So you can see that this is the camera. Now see this application where it is used. This is used in factories. Okay, factories basically means that now in factories people will be putting their hand in the hand cutter machine. Like that cutter machine will be there, right? So there, one of the incident had come up that some people lost their hand because of that. Now they have implemented this, that whenever the hand crosses this red line, this will give you an alert. This will give you an alert saying that, okay, this is the problem over here. If you come down, then at that time, it will not give you an alert. Now see this is giving you an alert, right? This is giving you an alert saying that, okay, you have reached that point. And by this, if that sound comes, the person who is making that particular accident will not be, don't have to worry about it, right? Now, this is also something called as post and ghost post detection. This is something called as post detection. Just have a look onto this, guys. This post detection is pretty much amazing. So we have started the camera. You can see that, right? This post detection is there. This dotted points that you see, right? These are all like post detection. Based on this post detection, you know, the government people can also use this, right? Based on this post detection, we may understand that where there may be some mob fights and all. You know, we can basically set up cameras in the street and find out whether this particular problem is happening or not, right? See this, everything. This is basically the post detection, right? Not only this, guys, let's go back to the object detection. See, there are a lot of things that we are doing. I'll also show you one drone thing. Probably the video is not put up over here, but that drone of the face detection is also been done. Now you can see that this is an object detection thing. I have kept so many objects over here, right? So many objects, and it is being able to detect all the objects, right? So these are some of the good examples. You know, you can, we had also done some of the tasks with respect to attendance systems. Attendance systems also we created over here, you know, that is already present in on iNeuron site. So attendance system is also there. Just by seeing your face, you'll be able to provide your attendance, you know. A lot of things has been done already. Okay, so this was this one, and there is also something called as custom activity detection. So this is the another one, Jetson Nano. We basically use IoT devices like Google Coral and Jetson Nano. Jetson Nano is from NVIDIA. Okay, so here you can see this. See, this is something called as custom activity detection. Okay, so suppose he gives no gesture, thumbs down, right? Thumbs down is giving. See, as soon as thumbs up, drumming finger, different categories can be done. Zooming in two fingers, zooming out in two fingers, right? So different things are happening, and based on that, we can perform different functionalities, right? So I hope you got an idea about this, guys. This was to make you just understand about data science, AI, about the work, and based on that, I created this particular PPT to explain you. And this was one of the end-to-end application like this. In my YouTube channel, I've created more than 60 end-to-end applications, which you can actually look in my different playlist that is available in my YouTube channel. The whole tutorial is given over there. Definitely, in such a small time, I cannot just cover everything. And again, or at least I could do one thing, that I could show you one end-to-end project completely like this. Okay, I am happy to take up any questions if you have any questions as such. And I'll be able to answer your questions, that whatever you have with respect to any kind of doubts, right? So you can ask me the questions, or you can ping over here. I'll
You
just try
can, sir, we can do one thing. I will request participants, if you have any question, you can type on chat box so that sir can
Yeah.
pick the question and can answer accordingly.
Sure, I'll do that. So I can see I'm seeing the chat. If you have any question, please do let me know. So how to get internship in this domain? How to get internship in this particular domain? See, internship is all about requirement. So what we do is that whenever there is a requirement, I usually post that in my YouTube channel itself or LinkedIn, right? Between TensorFlow and PyTorch, which is better? See, you cannot say which is better. Both are doing amazing work. Okay, it depends on the type of use case that you're solving. So you can use both of them. Okay, again, I'm telling you, PyTorch is by Facebook. Okay, and TensorFlow is basically by Google. What is your YouTube channel? You just go and search for my name, Krish Nayak. You'll be getting the YouTube channel. Kindly suggest use of AI in education. A lot of use are there. Okay, uh, nowadays we are working on one of the product where we are integrating AR with AI. Okay, for teaching students. You know, so just imagine you have opened a book and suddenly you're studying a chapter about sun. If that sun comes in front of you and completely it gets rotated and you can see every part of it, how will your learning experience be, right? So that we are trying to do with the help of both AR, VR, and AI. Okay, so what are the job aspects of ML just after BTech? Yes, people are looking for freshers. I have done a lot of live interviews in my YouTube channel where people have got selected as freshers, as interns, as junior data scientists. How to see iNeuron videos which you have shown? Just go and search for their playlist, guys. See, just go and search for this playlist. Go to iNeuron Intelligence, go and search for this particular playlist. In this playlist, you will be having this one, right? See, this is one of the product demo that we wanted to show. Just go and search in the playlist, you'll be able to see it. Now see this, guys. This is some of the, I'll just share my screen once again. Okay. So what you do is that just go into the channel. Okay. After you go into the channel, there will be an option of playlist. In this playlist, you can search playlist and you can go down over here. So these are all the playlists. Now here you will be able to see that this is the product demo, image web scraper, speech recognition, right? Facial recognition is also done. See over here, guys. Facial recognition is also done. Here facial recognition based attendance system has been created. Automatic number plate detection is also there. See. So suppose this is the number plate. See, automatically it is being getting detected. Everything is present in the website itself, right? I was talking about drone, right? So here it is, drone. You see this? It is being able to detect person in whatever busy road it may be. The drone is flying over here, right? See over here, drone is flying over here. Let me show you one more. YOLO object detection detectron is also there. I'll show you. See this. YOLO is quite fast when compared to this. You see, this drone is flying over here. Everything is detected, right? So a lot of things have already been there. Okay. We'll take one more question. Tell me the research regarding this research topics regarding that. I want to do the research. Tell me the research topic regarding this research topic. Prakash, I did not get your question. Mm, can we calculate the cost of any software using ML? Yes, if you have all the features, we can definitely do that. Have you done anything related to commerce logistic? Yes. Um, Commerce logistic, instead of commerce, I'll suggest raw material procurement. I did one of the project on that. Okay. uh, so in that we need to procure raw materials like tea crops and all for the production activity. So for the next 6 months, how much tree crops I need to procure, all those things. Research topics regarding ML to do research. ML, you can, again I'm saying, right, it can be applied in any domain. Okay. And all you have to have a good amount of data. Okay. And by that you'll able to do a whole lot of things. Can we run small DS project in laptop, or we need GPU based laptop? No, you can run small DS project. You can run small DS project. This is regarding an agriculture product. Can the color of the leaf tell the plant health? Not only, like, they are different colors based on different diseases, right? So yes, it can say, but that kind of, if you have more number of categories of output and more number of good things, you'll be able to do it. So one of the student working in IBM doing PhD is under me allocation deallocation server. He identified 242 characters, but he's telling it happened manually. 242 characteristics, but he is telling it happened manually. Was that a problem that he was facing, or what did he do, Raju? Just try to explain me in that. A brief explanation I think I'll require. Please tell me the domains. For example, I suggested the domains, right? Some of the domains I have read is sales domain, e-commerce, retail, traveling domain, finance, social media platforms, healthcare, banking, cybersecurity, logistic, sports, right? Yes, please suggest PhD research projects in deep learning which can be implemented in CPU machines. See, whenever you're doing the projects with respect to PhD, I think you should do it in GPU. You cannot just do smaller projects because it will be.
No, no, no. Hello.
Yes.
Sir, Mr.
Uh,
Raju is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir, what I'm asking is he is identified around 246 characteristics over there.
Mhm.
And allocation and deallocation of server, I'm not talking about any applications,
Mhm.
only server.
Mhm.
Which particular server is in high, this one, medium, and low.
Mhm.
Like that, he has collected the of course there are lakhs of servers are there.
Mhm.
Okay, so what he's telling is everything is done is manually, it is not automated.
We can do
Okay.
it automated. That is the work that I did in Honeywell when I was in Honeywell.
Yeah,
That only
yeah.
I'm telling you, right? So
Uh,
in Honeywell, we had this same project, same task. We had to reduce the cost of the servers. So
yeah,
because of
definitely.
that, we had to do this particular
No,
use.
no, no. What I wanted to ask is, he is telling it is still it is happening manually. How it can be automated? Say, for example, if we take that particular servers and all those things, depending on the load and all those things, those are the characteristics we have taken care of it. But what he is claiming is still today, it is happening with manually. I'm not telling that the person should be replaced from that particular thing. How you shown today, there is some sort of a alert when he's going to cut his hand and all those things. Whether that kind of a alert can be done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It can be done. That only I'm telling you. It can be done. I've done the similar project in Honeywell. That only I'm telling you, right? So what happens is that with respect to server, there will be some information. There will be some logs that will be sent from the particular cloud.
Correct,
Okay,
correct.
that we can capture the logs. We can derive the new features. At that point of time, I'll be requiring some domain expert people also, who will be able to understand how does the server work, right?
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
based on that, we derive some features. We keep the features ready, and as the data is getting, as the logs is getting created, those kind of alerts will be sent in front.
Okay, sir. I don't want to consume your much time. In future, if I want your this one and all contact and all, please send it
Sure,
to.
sure, sure. Sure, sure.
Okay, okay, sir. You can go ahead. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Okay. Um, how to get clickstream data of any YouTube video for data analysis. There is an YouTube API for that. So YouTube API is actually providing you that particular information. Okay. From where we can find the Jupyter notebook for learning purpose you have shown. Dr. Kamal Karnatak, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. You can check out my playlist. There the GitHub link is already given. The code is uploaded over there. Okay, there's a project which is called as live stream playlist. Okay, so there all the links is being given. I usually provide all the materials in my YouTube videos also. Okay. Is it sufficient to train with diseases leaf for plant leaf disease detection? No, you can train with any kind of images. The technique that I have used with respect to image classification over here is something called as transfer learning. Okay. Please suggest. I told this particular answer. How to get clickstream? Okay, done. My topic is image fusion. How can you help? Image fusion means what? You want to combine 2 to 3 images. That is basically just like GAN. Okay. GAN, I think you'll be able to do image fusion. Okay. Please tell the basic idea of GAN and BERT. See, BERT is a transfer learning technique for NLP. GAN is like image generation. You'll be having a partial image and you'll be able to generate the remaining part of the image. Suppose I give the half part of my image over here, and if I've trained my model properly, the other half part will also be able to be generated by GAN. One of the basic application of GAN is that I think you had seen one app, right? In that app you are clicking your photo, and if you really want to become an old person, that automatically that app was able to convert. If you want to become a young person, that app was able to convert, right? So like that itself. More questions. Yeah, I think yes, merge 2 images, medical image infusion. Yes, Kapil Joshi, I think you can do it with the help of GAN. Yeah. Yes. Okay, I have answered the question, Professor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think the questions, all the questions you have covered, I didn't find any questions which you have not answered. Let me check again. Anybody else whose questions is left, please type it again so that we can find it out. So one question that was a general one. If you can give some idea regarding the research, the people who are doing PhDs right now, because nowadays what is happening in today's era, that most of the data sets which are coming day by day, people are utilizing this GAN also, like other deep learning network also, like Inception you utilize, or various libraries are available and they can directly apply them, but the research work is not happening nowadays. So what research area, if you could guide that, like generative adversarial is over, almost part is over, that research part in that area, or some in reinforcement, if something you can guide that people should work in that area, because for PhD one new thing they have to develop, rather than giving an application on the database, on a data set, they have to develop a new algorithm for that.
Yes.
In that
So,
area, if you
yeah.
guide.
So, what I did is that, see, in my case, when I was creating that pattern recognition algorithm, right?
Yes, sir.
Everything basic is same, right? The base is almost same, right? I'll be using
Yes.
machine learning algorithms or deep learning algorithms. On top of that, I created an added application, right? And for that, I have taken a different path, like creating my own machine learning algorithm. Similarly, you take any advanced topic. Suppose if I take the example of deepfakes, okay, if I take an example of GAN, what you should try to come is that how I can add something on top of it to develop some specific application which is not available in the market. You go with reinforcement learning, you go with GAN, you go with machine learning also. It is not that always you have to take deep learning. Okay, to come up with a new thing, you should be, and specifically for PhD, I'm telling you that if you are trying to create something, okay, use the advanced technique. On top of it, you add your own thing that you want to do, and that will be the main research work. And right now everybody is doing research in that way, because in research everybody has the same base thing, like you will be using machine learning, deep learning, AI, but on top of that, what all things you are additionally doing. I hope that
Yes.
does it make sense?
Yes. That is the only way. Like people are utilizing various evolutionary approach or swarm based approach to optimize the parameter or mixing the things.
Yes,
That's
you
the
may come
only.
up with a new optimization algorithm. Suppose you know some of the optimization algorithm.
Yes.
Suppose you find out a way that yes, I can do something like that. Because of that, the optimization algorithm may become good. And I was reading one research paper. Someone had come up with a new optimization algorithm also, something
Yes,
like that, recently.
sir. One or two questions are also there. We can go through that.
Hi, sir. I'm research scholar using deep learning for IoT devices inside classroom environment. Okay, yes, IoT is also very, very good. And the type of work that I created for machine learning algorithms, right? The in my previous company was based on IoT devices only, right? YouTube channel of yours, you just go and search for Krish Naik, guys. Krish Naik in the YouTube channel. If you search, you'll be able to find it. But I need some image fusion application code in .NET. See, don't use image fusion application. You cannot write. It will be difficult to write in .NET. You write that in the form of Python, create your model, okay, and then expose it as an API to the .NET application. You can do like that, okay. Otherwise, it will become very difficult because the libraries in .NET are not that much available, and that much research is also not happening in writing the code in .NET itself. You will be getting some or the other way, but more difficulty. It will be difficult to manage and all. What kind of system updation needs for digital image processing apart from the existing MATLAB like software? If you're going with uh, Python, you'll be using CUDA libraries, right? For training your model and all. At that time, you can use GPUs. Okay, GPUs like right now in which system I'm talking with you all, it has GPUs like NVIDIA Titan RTX. Okay, and that is having 24 GB VRAM. This has CUDA libraries. Okay. Uh, so, sir, is it good to do MTech in India versus MS in foreign for ML development? See, I will not be the right guy to tell you this. It is up to you.
Yes.
Okay, it is up to you, Abhishek Goswami. Okay, if you have a lot of money, go to the foreign and do AI ML. If you are able to get into IITs, do it from India, because IIT rankings are also very, very good, right? Uh, and yes, but if you're going for higher studies, do it for full time. Okay, that will be good at least, and get some experience in work. That I'd suggest before going to MTech. At least 1 or 2 years of experience is good to have, because when you'll be going to the MTech, because many of my friends has done masters from foreign university. They did some work, got some experience, and then they did it. That was added some more points to them. Okay. Sir, sir, data anyway is finally available. Rows and column one development. Whether model can understand? Yes, model will be able to understand. Good afternoon, sir. I'm a research scholar. How can I apply machine learning, deep learning algorithm in secure deduplication of the cloud? Secure deduplication. What does secure deduplication means? Uh, I did not understand what is secure deduplication. Just explain me this word. That would be good. I've worked on project fake news detection in machine learning. What else should I add into this particular project to make it advanced? Okay, fake news detection is a very simple use case. I'd suggest. I think on top of it, you can add some more things with respect to fake news detection. You can also tell that what percentage of this was fake, what part of that particular that text data was fake. You can also use like that. Okay. Secure data deduplication. See, security wise, if the cloud is always taking care of it, okay, if it comes with respect to security and all, it will be taking. If you really want to make a clone of the same data, that all configuration is being maintained by the cloud. And again, I'm telling you, I don't think that every problem statement needs to be solved with the help of data science, machine learning, or deep learning. Okay, So some of the projects, it need not require data science machine learning. With the some basic things only, it will be able to solve. Okay. Instead of multi, yeah, I got it, still numbers and what you're trying to say, right? Please tell the basic idea of tensor in TensorFlow. See, tensor, just understand that whenever we are talking about tensors, it is a basic unit. Okay, so any kind of matrix multiplication that will be happening inside to support GPU parallel processing and all, these tensors will be required. Okay, this is a basic unit. You can just consider like that. Can I add into it? It like it should detect that image or video is fake like that. Yes, it can. You can also do that. But right now, this research is also going on. There is something called as deep fakes. Okay, they'll be doing some image processing and they'll bring some colors onto the face, and based on that, they'll be able to detect whether whether the video is fake or not. So suggest some final year projects in this particular domain. See, again, I'm telling you, there is no such thing. There's so many things you can do. I'd shown you so many projects over here itself, right? In YouTube videos, you can select one of them, like automatic plate detection, number plate detection, attendance system, right? So many
And
things.
apart from that, they can also find other applications also
Yes,
of the same
yes,
for medical image processing.
yeah. So medical is also good thing. Lung disease classification. There's so many things. I think it is
I
very,
think
very,
general questions are coming, sir. Now the main questions have been covered.
yeah.
Okay. So, sir, at the end, I want to say thank you to you to giving your valuable time. The topic you have covered was very nicely covered, and I think we people are understanding that you also have shortage of time, and in a short span of time, it is not possible to cover all the topics. Along with that, you have also covered all the questions. Only one or two that are coming, we can take that also. Like what kind of training existing company are providing in order to work in ML and DL, especially in electronics field. So if
See,
you
it is just like whatever domain you are working in, come up with a problem statement, try to solve it. If you're working in that domain, you will be knowing that from where you can get the data. The first thing is that learn the techniques of AI, ML, and all. Okay.
so let's finish this session now, sir.
Yeah,
And
sure.
let me call Arun sir to take charge of it. Arun sir, please.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Ankur. Thank you, Mr. Krish. Thank you for delivering your lecture in such a nice way that it was so easy for everyone to grasp that whatever you were telling, we were able to grasp it so easily. And with this, I would like to say thanks to you, all the audience also. And we will try to catch you once again after this FDP, as we were discussing, as you were saying that you are having so many opportunities for internship of students. So we'll try to conduct a webinar on that also. And if you don't mind, you can drop your email and your phone number in the chat box so that the audience, if they are interested, they can also be connected with you.
Just a thing that I cannot share my number,
It's
so
okay. It's okay. No worries, sir.
I'm
No
little
worries.
loud.
It's up to you.
I can
Yeah.
share my email ID. I'll share my
Yeah.
email ID. The
Yeah.
thing is that because of this YouTube channel, right? Somebody has leaked my number, and because of that, I'll
Okay.
get
Okay. Okay.
so many
Hmm.
calls. So this is my
Yeah.
email ID, guys. So you can message me in this anything that I'll try to reply back in this. Okay. But I think Professor Ankur has my number, so
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He is also having. But what we want that if you are interested, then only we will be sharing your number. Otherwise, no.
it has become
We
flooded.
take, yeah,
Sorry
we
for.
take care of the privacy agreements. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you once again. Thanks for sparing your valuable time
No problems.
and deliver your address, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So, Dr. Ankur, do we have any
Yes, sir. We have
announcement for the
announcement for
audience? Yeah,
yes, for
please
tomorrow.
go
The
ahead.
session will be started at 10 a.m. Okay, Dr. Gohal will be there for us for a topic on IoT based something application is there, and he will be accompanying us with his postdoc student. So with that, I think we should finish this session now today.
The reason behind is that the time tomorrow is 10 a.m. because he is in UK. So due to the time gap, sorry, in US. So due to the huge time gap, it's around 10 or 30 minutes. So that's why the session will be at 10 a.m. I hope you guys can understand and will join well in time. Thank
If
you,
somebody
everyone.
has left something in the whole this lecture, you can also get it on YouTube live. Also, we will share you that live link, so you can in the WhatsApp group, and you can go through the lecture over there. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ankur. Thank you, all the
With this, I
participants
am
and
ending the
Mr.
meeting.
Krish.